President Kagame, Amnesty has seen that the recent political situation in Rwanda has become a lot more tense. On the 3rd of February, Victoire Ingabire and her aide were attacked. Also, Frank Habineza from the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda has also been approached, apparently, by security agents on the 5th of February and is under surveillance. Have the investigations into the beating of Victoire Ingabire, have they been successful? And what assurances will the government of Rwanda give that political opponents in the build-up to elections will be protected?
Yes, I think, in my view, I would reject the notion that the situation in Rwanda gets worse in whatever sense. It gets better. It gets better every day, every year. But do we have issues to address every day, every year? Absolutely. We have to make sure that the rights of individuals, of our society, are well taken care of. I don't know how much you know about Victoire Ingabire in relation to the politics of our country. So if you just pick the name and the event and don't talk about the context, then you miss the point. And I think that is always the case. But with Victoire Ingabire, who came back to Rwanda, she's been out of the country for over 16 years, probably 17 years. She wants to be a presidential candidate. That is acceptable. That's why she came back. She was accepted back. She didn't have travel documents. She asked for them. She received them. She comes to participate as the situation allows. But I do not have, or Rwanda's government or other officials do not have control over the behavior of Ingabire or what she says or what she does. And from the day she arrived, what she has been saying to the public or what she has been doing hasn't been so much that it is my duty to police her, to tell her what not to say or what to say. But when she's talking to the Rwandan community, for the Rwandan community, they have a right to what they want to hear or want to be told or to express themselves as well. And that's what has been happening. But when it came to attacking Victoire Ingabire, that was crossing the line. And in fact, that's how the police in our country got involved and saved the situation. And in fact, a number of people who were involved with that have been arrested by the police. And they have been questioned to understand why they did it and for them to bear full responsibility for that. So I think that is the context in which we are talking about this. So to talk about Victoire Ingabire's case or anybody who behaved like Ingabire as a worsening of the situation, I don't agree. I think Rwanda continues on its path of progress.
I'm Kira, and my question is specifically about reconciliation. The fundamental problem of post-conflict societies is that the process of reconciliation is politically necessary, but often and nearly always emotionally incomprehensible. And Rwanda has been making progress on the political aspect of it, but what has the country been doing to address this other aspect of the reconciliation process?
Reconciliation process, as you probably have mentioned, it is a complex one. It doesn't have a ready-made solution for it. you try and deal with it from the context and the circumstances underlying that kind of situation. And in our case, we have had to do a couple of things trying to deal with that situation. One is, can we engage the citizens and bring them together and discuss and try to understand what underlies this conflict we have had and the tragedies that came out of it and so on and so forth. That we try to do. At the same time, this is also in a way affected by the fact that as we carry out reconciliation, there is also the need to do justice, to see that justice is done. So you have two kind of conflicting processes that have to go on at the same time. Reconciliation, justice, and that makes it even more complex. But what we tried to do was to try and do as much we can do with either of the two. Reconciliation from understanding and soul searching and making sure that we find ways to overcome our difficult past and understand that our nation we share and the common interests are paramount and should find what you can unite us rather than divide us and move on. At the same time, with justice, we did not want to create a situation of impunity as well, because in the end it would actually have a backlash on the process of reconciliation. But what we did, it wasn't like whoever is responsible for this must face the courts. So we categorized the responsibilities. And we said the masterminds of all that happened in Rwanda should be the main focus. The majority of our people who got involved should be treated differently and be given an opportunity to live a new and better life. So in this categorization of responsibility, and then in how we have structured making sure that they are accountable, went according to this categorization. And we've seen good progress on both sides.